Friends, welcome to Work, Life, Play. I'm Aaron McHugh, your host and your guide on this adventure. In this episode today, it's another one of these tiny moments with big ideas embedded in them. I've captured a bunch of audio clips over the years that just kind of sat on my hard drive, and I decided to actually go through and just extract and curate a couple of these tiny moments with these big ideas and release them just as little 4 or 5 minute episodes. So 3 years ago this month, actually, I left my 15-year-long career in software to step down as an executive, to forfeit stock options that I had, and embark on this quest, this mission to align the work that I do every day in the world with the person that I'd become. And I'll mention now, that's been no small feat, requiring lots of courage and support and belief from my wife and many. So I had this kind of big void of time that I was staring at without certainty of what am I going to do next. And it was 1st of November, and I was looking at the holidays and just thought, you know what I think I need to do? I'm just going to get in our bus and I'm going to head west. Our son was living in California at the time, and I'm going to see if I can just aim our 42-year-old vehicle up the hill in the mountains and then back down the hill on the west coast, arrive at the ocean and visit some national parks along the way, and just see if I can get a chance to clear my head a little bit. So I jumped in our bus, and just really in the spirit of honoring this big transition in my life, in this episode today that you'll hear, is I captured I think it was probably the second morning, the first night and the second day, the actual first morning I woke up. And as I was capturing this, you'll hear some of my reflections about what was current for me then. One of the things I'll just mention for each of us is, as I face big challenges in our life, it is so much easier to have 2020 clarity vision or some version of clarity when it's over. When we can look back, we look through the rearview mirror, we reflect back, we can see, oh, that's what was going on, or that's what this meant, or, well, maybe this is what was happening. But when we're going through it and we're facing the challenges themselves, living with uncertainty, living in this great frontier of the unknown, it's super challenging for each of us. So whether it's today with a global pandemic and it's uncertainty related to careers and businesses and finances, and what are the holidays going to be like? We were just talking about that as a family, like, wow, that annual Christmas tree lighting thing we go to at the Broadmoor Hotel, I bet that's not happening this year, unless it's masks and who knows what else. So all that said, in honoring of those tiny moments and those big ideas, I will let you listen to today's episode. Hope you enjoy. And the spirit of these tiny moments is really to invite you into the moment and have you reflect on how it might apply to you in your life, in your work, in your relationships, and your play and adventure and frontier. You can do this, friends. It's good for you. Keep going. I have just always kind of dreamed of a sauntering what-if road trip in the last couple of years that we've had our VW bus, our Joy bus. I've dreamed of kind of just hopping in it and going. So here I am, solo, in Capitol Reef National Park. So I spent the day getting here and tried not to push it too much. 74 bus has got 173,000 miles on it. So it's kind of anybody's best guess what could happen. I was out in the middle of the desert today when the signs say no services for 120 miles. It really is the bottom of what used to be an ocean. So it's there's not much out there. I was listening to Ryan Adams, no, not Bryan Adams of the 1980s, but Ryan Adams, who covered all of Taylor Swift's 1989 album, really good album,
I was listening to a couple of the tracks, and I think one of the titles is actually "Are We Out of the Woods?" He repeats the chorus, but as he repeats the chorus, "Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods?" Basically, is it okay yet? Are we there yet?
Are we out? Are we out? Are we out in the woods? Are we out? Are we out?
And what I thought was really striking to me is like, oh man, that's a deep question, isn't it? Are we out of the woods? Are we there yet? Is it going to be okay? I have a friend that I sat with in the waiting room the other day before I left for this trip, and his wife was in the OR having surgery, and the doctor came out to meet us in the lobby, and there was 3 or 4 other friends there. And you could see the relief on his face once the doctor gave good news. Hey, I think we're okay. It's going to be okay. I think we're out of the woods. Now, there's lots to do yet, but just that question of, are we out of the woods? Is it okay? Are we in a clear, safe place? I don't know sometimes, but I also know that life's too short to play it safe. So I admittingly shed a couple tears today listening to that tune. I think the trend of our stories are usually good, but they end up with some bumps and low points. And that question of, are we out of the woods, is a good one.